These are this afternoon's top stories. The new Eco Park in Sandy Point has been officially opened. A former Barbados Chief Justice says the appointment of judges in that country is too political. And President Obama to enact laws to save illegal immigrants from deportation. Good afternoon and welcome to ZIZ's Midday Newscast for today, Friday. I am J.D. Keynes. St. Kitts and Nevis and Taiwanese officials were among those who attended the opening ceremony of the St. Kitts Eco Park in Sandy Point this morning. The Eco Park is being billed as the Federation's newest tourist attraction. Speeches were given this morning by officials including Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China on Taiwan, His Excellency Miguel Tao, and Minister of Education and Information, the Honorable Nigel Carty. A statement from the Project Management Committee of the Agro-Tourism Demonstration Farm Corporation project and the Embassy of the Republic of China on Taiwan said the general public will be admitted free to the new Eco Park from 1 to 5 p.m. today and from 9 to 1 p.m. on Saturday. The opening of the Eco Park also coincides with the Taiwan St. Kitts and Nevis trade show this weekend. Tuesday, December 9th, 2014 is the date set for the presentation of the federal budget. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Right Honorable Dr. Denzil Douglas, will lay on the table estimates for 2015 and the report of the Director of Audit for 2013 before introducing the Appropriation Act 2015. Prime Minister Douglas will present his budget address on the second reading of the Act. The Appropriation Act 2015 provides for the services of St. Kitts and Nevis for the financial year January 1st, 2015 to December 31st, 2015. With just 1 day remaining before Renaissance, the highly anticipated production being put on by St. Kitts Fashion Events, organizers say attendees will be impressed. Co-producer Winiel Pereira shared her expectations for the event with ZIZ News.
But people come to have a good time, come to see diverse creations from different fashion designers from around the Caribbean. Just come to have a really elegant, exquisite, intoxicating, can I go on? Time at Renaissance. The name alone. Vigor, revival, and that's the energy, the same energy that that name carries. That's why we named the event Renaissance.
Wow. St. Kitts Fashion Events, which has received support from the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, will host a press conference featuring the designers whose work will be displayed tomorrow morning, Saturday, at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. We move now to news on the regional scene. Retired Barbadian Appeals Court Justice Sir Frederick Smith is suggesting that judges who do not return decisions within at least 6 months should be fired. Sir Frederick says he has already put the idea to Barbados Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson. In an interview with Barbados Today, the former Attorney General said he also believes that the current system of appointing judges is too political.
The judiciary should be appointed as it was before, and Barra changed it by a Judicial and Legal Service Commission, because then you'll be able to see who is a good lawyer and who is a bad lawyer. They want to put it political, and this is something we have thought about, and I was asked to come. If you check answer, I didn't justify it at all. But if you look and put prime ministers to appoint judicial officers, they can appoint their friends. I mean, some of the people on the High Court never appeared in the High Court yet. Some have never had any experience in challenging a jury. They challenge nothing. I mean, they learn. They're intelligent enough to learn and so on. But when you come to the question of appointment, and that is really judiciary, falls down.
St. Lucia's External Affairs Minister Alva Baptiste has refused to respond directly to claims by the Lucian People's Movement Party, LMP, that the island contributed to tensions between Russia and the U.S. by siding with Russia on the Ukraine issue at the United Nations. The LPM made the statement in light of Russia's announcement that it would begin patrols in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean, suggesting that Russia has been emboldened because of the support from countries like St. Lucia. Minister Baptiste has downplayed suggestions that the island's diplomatic posture dismisses the significance of the American relationship or that the island's relations with the U.S. are in any way strained.
No, we have no problems with Washington. In fact, if you look at the 7 outlets that we maintain overseas, 3 of them are in the United States of America. In fact, 4 of them are in North America. So more than half of the outlets that we have in maintaining our presence overseas are actually in North America.
Internationally, American President Barack Obama has unveiled sweeping changes to America's immigration policy. He is using executive powers to enact laws that could spare some 5 million undocumented immigrants from deportation. Obama said the immigration system is broken and has pledged to crack down on those trying to cross the border illegally. Patty Culhane reports from Washington, D.C.
There are more than 11 million undocumented immigrants in the United States. With this announcement, U.S. President Barack Obama says he will give a temporary reprieve to less than half, lifting the threat of deportation for people who have been in the country for more than 5 years and who have children who are American citizens, potentially impacting fewer than 5 million people.
What I'm describing is accountability, a common sense middle ground approach. If you meet the criteria, you can come out of the shadows and get right with the law.
But it's temporary, and the next president could overturn it in January of 2017, leaving the government with a list of people that could potentially be deported. Moving on his own is controversial, in large part because the president himself has been saying for years he doesn't have the authority to act on his own.
My job in the executive branch is supposed to be to carry out the laws that are passed.
Now the White House says they did another review of the law, and the president can act without Congress to a limit. Republicans are threatening revenge.
We're considering a variety of options. But make no mistake, when the newly elected representatives of the people take their seats, they will act.
In all likelihood, there's probably very little the Republicans can do to stop the president on immigration, but they can try to make him pay in other areas, like budget cuts or blocking his legislative agenda. White House officials admit they could do that. They're just betting they won't. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Would-be fathers in China are lining up for the chance to experience childbirth, or at least get as close to it as technology allows. Gender experts say the birth simulator is a welcome development in countries like China, where men are often not involved in the labor process. Al Jazeera's Kim Vinell reports.
Father-to-be Wu Yanglong thought childbirth would be, if not easy, then at least bearable. But as his contractions were made stronger, it wasn't long before he was begging the nurse to stop.
I thought of childbirth as being something really natural, really normal that women can get through. But since doing this, I feel like it's really not easy for a woman to give birth to a child. It's just painful, like something coming out of your stomach, very painful.
While some mothers may find that assessment rudimentary, it may help to know that even when the electric current is running at full power, the simulator in China's Amma hospital creates only a fraction of the real thing.
Even though the pain is far less than the pain experienced by women when they give birth, still, if men can experience this pain, they'll be more loving and caring to their wives.
Research shows when men are involved in childbirth and looking after newborns, mothers and children are likely to be healthier long term. And in a country where men rarely take part in the process of childbirth, anything to connect the genders is welcomed, although some experts believe the country is headed the other way.
Under communism, it was much more common for either men and women both to be involved more or less equally, or at least more equally than now, or for the state to take a very large role in childcare. So in that sense, when I go to China now, I'm often surprised that things seem to be becoming more traditional compared to the way they are over here in the UK.
China relaxed its one-child policy last year, so if one parent is an only child, he or she may go on to have 2 children. It's thought that reversing a 4-decade-old law may lead to other changes in behaviour in China and mean more men end up both in the chair and in the delivery room. Kim Vinell, Al Jazeera.
Now, let's take a look at the weather. For most of the day, skies will remain cloudy with a 60% chance of showers and a 30% chance of thunderstorms. Tonight's conditions are expected to be cloudy with an 80% chance of rain and showers and a 40% chance of thunderstorms. Seas will be very rough with heights near 8 feet. Warnings are in effect for small craft operators and the sea bathers, mainly on the eastern and the northern sides of the islands. The temperature today will reach a warm of 27 degrees Celsius. And that brings us to the end of ZIZ's midday news presentation. I have been your presenter, Jade Kane.